What's good, y'all? You know what I'm starting to realize with me making these videos is, and my fault, y'all. I just smacked the mess out of my water bottle. But I'm realizing I should probably try to invest in one of them covers for my mic. You feel me? Cause I feel like it would just make my sound quality sound so much better. And I just hit my mic, so again, I'm sorry if it picked it up. But we finna just get straight to it. I really want to talk about winning and losing. Cause I recently, I'm gonna be honest, I just got out the shower. I've probably been up for like 2 hours, something like that, maybe 3, right? And as most of my messages do, at least the ones that I upload, it came to me. You feel me? And it came to me while I was in the shower, and I just want to bring it for y'all. So, I don't mean to take up too much of y'all time with it, but it might get a little bit long. You feel me? But I realized that it's never about winning or losing. Like in any situation, it's never about winning. It's never about losing. I realized that losing is something that we've all been taught is bad. Losing is something to stay away from. It's something to avoid, right? You never want to lose an argument. You never want to lose the game on a video game. You never want to lose anything, right? You always want to win. You always want to strive and win, whatever that looks like. Because we've been taught that defeat is this horrible thing. And I've realized that clouds so many people's judgment. I want to use the argument for example. If you are so focused on winning an argument, you're so focused on winning the disagreement, you feel me? I feel like that's when you lose. Like I'ma just be honest, that's what losers do. Have you ever noticed that it's a little bit off topic, but have you ever noticed it's the people who are okay with losing, who don't when they lose, they don't let it bother them. They don't get emotional, they don't get defensive, but rather they sit there and they accept it. Like the people who, you may know someone or met someone like online, for example. I know if you watching this, you probably seen a lot of famous people when they play games and stuff like that. You probably at least come across somebody who, when they lose, they don't get mad. They don't lash out. They don't try to come up with an insult. They don't try to call the other person lucky. They simply are like, man, that was a good game. Like that was good stuff, man. Right? And what I've seen from people who are like that, the perspective that they take is really the purpose of this video. And it's not just that it's not about winning or losing, but it's about enjoying or not enjoying. That's what I've realized, that's how life works. I feel like if you want to use the terms winning and losing, I feel like your definition of winning, something to consider could be enjoying life, whatever that looks like for you. But to go back on to what I was talking about before with the argument, the goal of the argument, the reason why you are having a emotional discussion with whoever you are talking to, it's never to win or to lose, but it's to simply understand the other person. That should be the goal. You're not trying to win. You're not trying to come up with the better insult, the better points. No, it should be you trying to convey how you feel to them, and then in return you try to understand how they feel with how they convey their emotions to you. Or with the game, when you get on and you play the game, the goal isn't to win, right? When you load up Fortnite or whatever y'all be playing, I recently got back into Fortnite, that's why I'm saying that. But when you load up something like that, you have to remember, and sometimes even consciously, you're playing it to have fun. It's deeper than just winning or losing. It's about enjoying yourself. I've realized that when you can learn to enjoy yourself while losing, what is it that won't cause you to not enjoy something? Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, it's really, like, I hope I'm able to describe this properly. And again, I appreciate y'all for listening. But it's so much deeper than just winning or losing. And I can sit here, I can keep going with the examples too. Like, for example, if y'all are athletes, you come across this video, if you play basketball, football, soccer, golf, rugby, whatever you play, cricket, like, you feel me? I don't care. It's not just about winning. It's about enjoying yourself, going out there and having fun. And whether you win or lose, I feel like shouldn't matter. What matters is, did you have fun? But the problem that I'm seeing, and what I kind of want to bring awareness to with this video, is a lot of times we associate our happiness and the amount of fun we have with whether or not we win. I feel like that's a like a unmotivating way to view things. I've learned through at least my own experiences that when you base your happiness off of things that you can't necessarily control, it's always going to bring misery. Always. Because sometimes you're going to go out there and you're going to give it your all, but you still lose. You gave it the best that you could. Your absolute best. You played your heart out. You feel me? You've been practicing, doing whatever it is you needed to do. But there was still someone who was still better than you. And it's because of that now you are in a bad mood. Now you don't feel happy no more. I feel like people shouldn't be able to take away your happiness like that. The world shouldn't be able to take away your happiness like that. So that's the reason I really want to make this video, is because it's so much deeper than just winning. You have to learn to have fun outside of whether or not you're winning. Because the truth is nothing is that serious. Whether you're making money from it, whether it's your entire life, whether it's been your goal since you were a child, it still doesn't matter. Not because it's not important, but because it shouldn't be able to control you. The things that you want for yourself in this life, the things that you pursue, should not control the person that you are. It shouldn't control your emotions, your feelings, your intuition, your peace. It shouldn't control none of that. Now, of course, I'm not sitting here saying you should be a robot and should just never be affected by anything that happens in your life. No, that's not the message I'm trying to preach. But what I am saying is you should really try to focus on how to make things more enjoyable for yourself. And what I've realized is one of the biggest ways that cause a lot of people misery, from the niches that I've been a part of. I was an athlete, right? I've been playing the game for probably like 15 years of my life. And you know, I'm one who talks to people a lot. I've been in a whole bunch of arguments. I've come up with insults that have hurt a lot of people, but I've also had a lot of good conversations. You feel me? So there's experiences that I've had that I want to be able to share with y'all, and I guess you'd call it like the revelation that I've had You feel me? And it's simply that losing is something that we have all been taught to avoid. It's something that we have all been shown is bad. So if you ever are put in a position where you feel like you're losing, you automatically become defensive. You automatically get emotional. You automatically start blaming yourself or blaming others. Whatever your response is to when you're losing and you realize it, it changes you. Some could even say it's used to control you, but that's not something I'm going to get into in this video. But I really just want to say that it's because it can affect you in all of those ways that I've listed, and even more, that I feel like it's so important to not involve yourself with it. Don't base who you are off of whether or not you win or lose. People get talked about crazy when they say they're comfortable with losing. But it's the same people who are talking crazy who whine when they lose. They don't know how to take a loss. They don't know how to face setbacks. They don't know how to be told no. They don't know how to handle themselves. There was a saying that I was told when I was younger, that a true man is not based off of how he is when everything is going good, when he has his way with everything, when he's up on top of the world, but it's what rather shown when he's at the bottom of the barrel, when things are going haywire and he has nothing to go to. He feels powerless, he feels empty. It is only then when a man can really realize the type of man that he is. So all these people who you think are winning, and they seem like these amazing people, these admirable people, take a second look at them. Look at the moments when they're losing. Look at anyone who was up on top of the world, and then look at them when they were down in the bottom. How consistent is it? I feel like it's wrong to sit here and judge people, the people who are winning. Of course it's wrong to judge people in general, but when I say judge them, I mean to be inspired by someone. If you want to be inspired by someone who's genuine. And the only way you can know someone is genuine is if you've seen them while they're going through those tough times. And most people won't let you see it. Most people you may never know about. But what you will see is yourself in your own tough times. So if you are focused on trying to be a winner or a loser, you're trying to win at life. What is that? What is winning at life? Is it having a whole bunch of money? Is it living in a mansion, driving the fastest cars, the brand new cars, the Lambos and the Raris and all that? Is it having all the girls come to you? Is it having a nice family? But you see, the thing is there are many, many people in this world who have been given all of those things and are still the saddest people. They're still depressed. They are still hurt. So what does that say? It's never about the things that you can receive in this life, the things that you can win at, but it's simply about the joy that you can get from it. Because how can a kid who's playing in a mud puddle with worms and stuff, how can a kid like that be more happy than a man or woman in a loving family? How is that possible? A kid gets more joy out of life sitting in the rain in some mud with bugs and worms and all this stuff, playing in a puddle, splishing and splashing. How can that little kid be having more fun and enjoying life more than 90% of adults living in this world that we call life, society? How is that possible? Now some of y'all might say, oh, it's just a little kid, he don't know no better, or she don't know no better. But what if you don't know no better? What if the reason that kid is having such a good time and is able to enjoy his or herself is simply because that's all they're focused on? So I want to end this video, the last things I want to say is, are you truly enjoying yourself? When you're grinding hard to get all of this money, to get this mansion, to go get the brand new luxury apartment, to get the new car, are you truly enjoying yourself? Do you feel passion in what you're doing? Does it add to your peace of mind? Whatever methods you're using to do whatever it is you desire. Really ask yourself these type of things moving forward. Because that is what life is about. When people get on their deathbeds, they're not sitting there reminiscing about, oh man, I'm so grateful I didn't talk to anybody and I cut everybody off in my high school days so I could become the top person in my school. When people think back on high school and they sitting there on their deathbed, I've never seen, I'm not saying that people don't, but I've just never seen someone be so grateful that their freshman year they got straight A's in high school. But what I have seen is them talk about the high school stories. The stories are like, man, it was so funny when Jessica was in class and she stood up and she just started making random noises and everyone started laughing. But then it turns to find out there was a rat on the floor and we all got scared and jumped up on the desk. Like, you feel me? It's never about winning, because winning and losing is something that we have been taught. It's about enjoying. So I guess really my challenge for anyone who come across this video is to spend the rest of your life, for as long as you can, truly enjoying yourself. Because there are people out here who can sit in front of the water on a lake, sit at a bench and watch birds fly by, seagulls and pigeons, who are having more fun than you are, just because you are keep trying to push yourself to a standard that other people set for you. Focus on yourself and enjoy yourself, and whatever that way looks like. You don't need the fancy cars, you don't need the mansion. What you need is enjoyment. And as long as you stay true to what you enjoy and what you love, trust that everything else that you desire will come with it. Because that's how God's plan has worked, at least for me. Have faith and have trust. You feel me? But alright, y'all, I know this video was tight long. I hope I was able to get that, and I was able to speak that in a way that's easily receptive for y'all. And I do apologize for not having too much energy. Like I said, I haven't been up for too long. But hey, if you made it to this end, I appreciate you. I thank you for allowing me to have some of your time. I hope you have an amazing rest of your morning, evening, or night. And God bless, y'all.